Let's watch Democratic Senator Tammy Baldwin speak on some of the more recent Trump cabinet picks, as the most common qualification for Trump seems to be working for Fox News, as he's chosen at this point double-digit Fox News hosts for cabinet positions already. And Tammy has a few things to say about the totality of these people that he is choosing.
She's a critic of U.S. intelligence operations. She has promoted Russian propaganda. Your fellow Democrat, Debbie Wasserman Schultz, called her, quote, likely a Russian asset. Now, you and Tulsi Gabbard are both veterans. You served with her in the House. What do you think of her?
Well, I think she's compromised. I think by going to Syria and basically backing, a brutal dictator there, Russian-controlled media called her a Russian asset. So I do think that we have a real deep concern whether or not she's a compromised person, and frankly, the U.S. intelligence committee, the U.S. intelligence community has identified her as having troubling relationships with America's foes, and so my worry is that she couldn't pass a background check.
It's actually kind of funny how wild the double standard for MAGA is here, where for Democrats, they will connect any far out dot to make conspiracy about the left working with foreign agents, whether it be, 10% for the big guy, or, Hunter worked for Burisma, Biden didn't shoot down a Chinese balloon fast enough, so he's working with them, or whatever nonsensical reason that they can conjure up without having any actual evidence to support it. And MAGA's like, yep, that's enough for me, has to be true. But when someone Trump supports that is on the right gets called a Russian asset directly by Russian media, saying that she's very helpful to them in their goals, when U.S. intelligence is like, hey, yeah, we probably can't trust Tulsi Gabbard, MAGA is just like, look at the libs freaking out, what crybabies. Like, where is the logical consistency here?
Member of Congress Sarah McBride was just elected. Republican Congresswoman Nancy Mace is leading the charge to prevent her from using the women's bathrooms. What's your reaction to this? And broadly, how should Democrats be approaching this issue of trans rights?
Yeah, I think that we need to make sure that people are people. And frankly, I think that we have so much other to worry about, and we have, budget deficits, we have crisis all around the world, we have a humanitarian crisis going on in Gaza, we have Ukraine. Russia is making headway there in its illegitimate invasion of Ukraine. We have issues here in this country, and yet she's worried about one member of Congress using the bathroom. Number one, I think her position is disgusting and wrong, but I also think that we have a lot more to worry about than where somebody goes to pee.
She's exactly right. And this kind of manufactured outrage at culture war issues that Republicans focus on is a way for them to distract from their own failures or inability to legislate, where we have a genocide happening in Gaza, a housing crisis that had been going on for decades, price gouging that started in 2019, growing income inequality, expanding poverty. These have been problems for decades. People dying without health care, getting priced out of treatment of medicine or treatments. These are, again, problems for decades, not being able to afford schooling that could change their life or get them that better job, whatever it may be. And Republicans have no solutions for any of these things. But this way, after doing nothing for 4 years, like having 4 years of no legislative accomplishments, they can still go, but we stopped those pesky Democrats from transing the kids and stealing our bathrooms, so vote us back in, and it'll still be enough for their base, or that's the hope, at least.
You are, as I mentioned, a combat veteran. 20 years ago last week, you lost both of your legs when your Black Hawk helicopter was shot down in Iraq. I want you to listen to what Pete Hegseth has said about women in combat.
I'm straight up just saying we should not have women in combat roles. It hasn't made us more effective, hasn't made us more lethal, has made fighting more complicated.
What's your response?
Well, he's wrong, because the women have made us more effective. In fact, our military could not go to war without its 223,000 women who serve in uniform. We would have an ineffective military that was not capable of deployment if we were to pull out all the women and say, you cannot be in combat. For those women who are in roles such as the infantry or Navy SEALs, those women have met the same standards as the men in order to be assigned to those positions. So again, this shows that Mr. Hegseth is not qualified for the position because he doesn't understand.
And it's extra scary hearing this, considering it's coming from the person that Trump just appointed to be Secretary of Defense, who doesn't even think that women should be allowed to serve despite passing the same test and having the same standard as the man. It just boils down to, okay, where can we fit this misogyny and this kind of stripping away of women's rights? So where we're always gradually pushing the line back towards oppression, but in this subtle way, to where we can maybe convince some women to be on board with us because they feel like, they're still winning or whatever the psychology there may be. It would be the army, right? And then it's going to be, well, the government, women shouldn't work in the government. And then it's like, well, maybe they shouldn't work in general, and mixed with the right talking about removing women's right to vote, removing their reproductive right. And it kind of just gives away the game as to what value most of these freaks see in women. If you enjoyed this video, we're Social Society. We're a commentary channel influenced by politics, society, and the economy. We are pretty left-leaning on this channel, but we're open to our right-wingers as well. The biggest thing here is having conversations that get everyone to the bottom of the truth. If that sounds like something that could interest you, consider smashing that subscribe button, leaving us a like, or even commenting on this video. We even have memberships available as low as $3 if you'd like to support, because the only way we become a society is together.
Hit that like and subscribe. Just like better than like and better than subscribe. So like and subscribe, please.